Data analysis as the interpretive bridge of scholarly inquiry and transformative teaching. Data analysis constitutes the systematic process through which collected data are organized, interpreted, and transformed into meaningful findings that address the research questions within the framework of a study's ontological, epistemological, axiological, and methodological commitments. It answers the critical question: how does the researcher make sense of data to produce credible and relevant knowledge? Depending on the nature of the data and the philosophical stance underpinning the research, data analysis encompasses a range of techniques and approaches. Quantitative data analysis typically involves statistical procedures such as descriptive statistics, inferential tests, regression, and modeling that enable researchers to detect patterns, test hypotheses, and establish relationships among variables. For instance, a doctoral study evaluating the impact of educational interventions might employ multiple regression analysis to control for confounding factors and ascertain effect sizes. In contrast, qualitative data analysis prioritizes thematic, narrative, discourse, or content analysis, emphasizing the interpretive understanding of participants' meanings, experiences, and social contexts. Techniques such as coding, categorizing, and memo writing enable the researcher to identify patterns and develop conceptual frameworks. For example, a doctoral thesis exploring teachers' adaptation to curriculum reform might use thematic analysis to elucidate common challenges and coping strategies. Mixed methods data analysis integrates quantitative and qualitative procedures, often sequentially or concurrently, to provide a more holistic and nuanced understanding. A critical realist approach might, for example, quantitatively identify structural inequalities in schooling outcomes while qualitatively unpacking how these inequalities are experienced and negotiated by teachers and learners. Rigorous data analysis requires meticulous attention to accuracy, consistency, and reflexivity. Researchers must ensure that their analytic procedures are transparent, replicable, and aligned with their theoretical and methodological foundations. Reflexivity involves critically examining how the researcher's positionality, assumptions, and interactions influence interpretation. Documentation of analytic decisions through audit trails, codebooks, and reflective journals supports dependability and confirmability. In doctoral research, effective data analysis is vital for transforming raw data into robust, credible knowledge that advances the field and addresses real-world problems. It is a critical phase where interpretation must balance fidelity to the data with scholarly insight, maintaining ethical responsibility to participants and audiences. Data analysis also informs transformative teaching practice. Educators engage in ongoing analysis of learner data, such as assessments, participation, and feedback, to tailor instruction and foster deeper learning. Reflective analysis of teaching practices, classroom dynamics, and curricular impact is essential for continuous improvement and responsiveness to diverse learner needs. This analytical stance parallels scholarly data analysis in its commitment to rigor, reflexivity, and ethical engagement. When doctoral research and teaching practice embed systematic, transparent, and reflective data analysis, they not only produce credible knowledge, but also foster critical consciousness and transformative potential among scholars and learners alike. Happy learning!